शुभ कर मन ते कब हो न टरो, शुभ कर मन ते कब हो न टरो, शुभ कर मन ते कब हो न टरो।
सब तुम मात पिता हम बारक तेरे, तुमरी कृपा में कोई न जाने तुमरा अंत, ऊंचे ते ऊंचा भगवंत। सगल समगरी तुमरे सूतर तारी, तुम ते होए सो आज्ञाकारी। तुमरी गत मित तुम ही जानी, नानक दास सदा कुर्बानी। एक नानक की अरदास चेत उद्भावसी, मैं दीजै नाम निवास हर गुण गावसी। अरदास एक ओंकार श्री वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। श्री भगवती जी सहाय। वाज श्री भगवती जी की पातशाही दसवीं। प्रथम भगवती सिमर कै गुरु नानक लई ते आए, फिर अंगद गुर ते अमरदास रामदासे होए सहाय। अर्जन हर गोबिंद नो सिमरो सिरी हर राय, श्री हर कृष्ण जी ध्याइयै जिस चिट्ठे सब दुख जाए। तेग बहादुर सिमरिया घर नौ निध आवे धाए, सब थाई होना जी सहाय। दसवें पातशाह श्री गुरु गोबिंद सिंह जी महाराज सब थाई होना जी सहाय। दसां पातशाह जी की जागदी जोत ज़ाहरा ज़हूर हाजरा हजूर। धन धन साहिब श्री गुरु ग्रंथ साहिब जी दे पाठ दर्शन दीदार दा ध्यान करके बोला जी वाहिगुरू। पंजां प्यारियां चौहां साहिबजादियां 40 मुक्तियां हठियां जपियां तपियां, जिन्ना नाम जपिया वंड छकिया। देग चलाई तेग वाही, देख के अनडिठ कीता। तिन्ना प्यारियां सच्चाइयां दी कमाई दा ध्यान करके बोलना जी। जिन्ना ਸਿੰਘਾਂ ਸਿੰਘਣੀਆਂ ने धर्म हेत सीस दिते, बंद बंद कटाए खोपरियां लोहाइयां, ਚਰਖੜੀਆਂ ਤੇ ਚੜੇ ਤਨ ਆਰਣ ਚਰਾਏ। ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਲਈ ਕੁਰਬਾਨੀਆਂ ਕੀਤੀਆਂ, ਧਰਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਹਾਰਿਆ। ਸਿੱਖੀ ਕੇਸਾਂ ਸਵਾਸਾਂ ਸੰਗ ਨਿਵਾਹੀ, ਤਿੰਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਕਮਾਈ ਦਾ ਧਿਆਨ ਕਰਕੇ ਬੋਲਾ ਜੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ। ਪੰਜਾਂ ਤਖਤਾਂ ਸਰਬਤ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ ਦਾ ਧਿਆਨ ਕਰਕੇ ਬੋਲਾ ਜੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ। प्रथमै सरबत खालसा जी की अरदास है जी। सरबत खालसा जी को वाहे गुरु वाहे गुरु वाहे गुरु चित आवे। चित आवन का सदका सर्ब सुख होवे। जहाँ जहाँ खालसा जी साहिब तहाँ तहाँ रक्षा रियायत। देग तेग फतेह बिरद की पैज पंथ की जीत। श्री साहिब जी सहाय। खालसा जी के बोल बाले बोला जी बख्शो जी। सिखां नूं सिखी दान, केस दान, रहत दान, विवेक दान, विसाद दान, भरोसा दान, दाना सिरदान, नाम दान। श्री अमृतसर जी के दर्शन स्नान, चौकियां झंडे बुंगे, जुगो जुगो टल धर्म का जयकार बोला जी। सिखां दा मन नीवा मत उच्ची, मत का राखा आप वाहिगुरु। हे अकाल पुरख अपने पंथ रे सदा सहाय दा तार जियो। श्री ननकाना साहिब ते होर गुरुद्वारियां गुरधामां दे जिन्हां तो पंथ नूं विछोड़िया गया है, खुले दर्शन दीदार ते सेवा संभाल दा दान अपने प्यारे प्यारे खालसा जी नूं बख्शो जी। हे निमाणियां दे मान, निताणियां दे तान, निओटियां दी ओट, निआसरियां दे आसरे सच्चे पिता वाहिगुरू जी। धन धन साहिब श्री गुरु नानक देव जी महाराज जीओ। धन धन साहिब श्री गुरु गोबिंद सिंह जी महाराज जीओ। दसां पातशाह जी की जोत। धन 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 साहिब श्री गुरु ग्रंथ साहिब जी महाराज जीओ। आप जी का कोटान कोट शुक्र है सच्चे पातशाह जी। आप जी ने संगत नूं डिफेंस सिख नैटवर्क नूं उद्यम उपराले बख्श के वाहिगुरू जी। सच्चे पातशाह अज दा जो दिन हैगा वाहिगुरू जी सारा प्लान किया 1897 की सारागढ़ी जंग नूं मुख रखते हुए याद करते हुए ਉਹ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਦਲੇਰੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਆਪਣਾ ਸਿਦਕ ਨਹੀਂ ਹਾਰਿਆ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਯਾਦ ਵਿੱਚ ਅੱਜ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਸੰਗਤਾਂ ਇਕੱਠੀਆਂ ਹੋਈਆਂ ਹਨ। ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਚਰਨਾਂ 'ਚ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਹੈ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ, ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਸਿੱਖ ਦੇ ਮਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਦਾ ਸਿਦਕ ਦਲੇਰੀ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ, ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਤਿਆਰ ਬਰ ਤਿਆਰ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਫਰਜ਼ਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪੂਰਾ ਨਿਭਾ ਸਕੀਏ। ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀਆਂ ਕਲਾਂ ਬਖਸ਼ੋ, ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਸੰਗਤਾਂ ਦੇ ਸਿਰ ਤੇ ਮਿਹਰ ਭਰਿਆ ਹੱਥ ਰੱਖੋ। ਇਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਹੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਉਦਮ ਉਪਰਾਲੇ ਬਖਸ਼ ਕੇ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ अपनी सेवा के लायक आप ही करा लेना। तरस करना वाहिगुरू जी, भुल्लां चुकां दी खिमा। आप जी दे सिख पढ़दे सुनदे सरबत लाहेवंद होण जी। ਨਾਨਕ ਨਾਮ ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀ ਕਲਾ, ਤੇਰੇ ਭਾਣੇ ਸਰਬਤ ਦਾ ਭਲਾ। ਦੋਹਰਾ ਆਗਿਆ ਭਈ ਅਕਾਲ ਕੀ, ਤਬੈ ਚਲਾਇਓ ਸਭ ਸਿੱਖਨ ਕੋ ਹੁਕਮ ਹੈ। ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਜੀ ਮਾਨਿਓ ਪ੍ਰਗਟ ਗੁਰਾਂ ਕੀ, ਜੋ ਪ੍ਰਭ को मिल बोच है।
शब्द मैंने
राज करेगा खालसा, ख्वार होए सब मिलेंगे।
शरण जो हो
वाहिगुरु नाम जहाज है,
तेरे पार
जो श्रद्धा कर सेम दे।
पार उतार नार,
जो श्रद्धा कर सेम दे।
पार उतार नार।
बोले सो निहाल। वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा,
वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। बोले सो निहाल। First of all, I would like to welcome everybody, all the dignitaries, mayor, MPs, and community leaders who have come along today to mark the 3rd anniversary of this special monument, Sardar Ishar Singh Ihwaldar Ishar Singh Ji of 36th Battalion that happened, Saragarhi the Saka happened in 1897, 12th of September, when 21 Sikhs repeated the Saka of Chumkaur Sahib. 21 Sikhs fought against 10,000 Afghanis, and they held them back for nearly 12 hours. It was not fight between Afghanis, Mughals and Sikhs. It was fight between Russia and British. Russia wanted to take that piece of land over, and British was fighting back. 21 Sikhs, they gave their life to defend their right. And 1897, at 3:30 was the last man. 19-year-old he was, Gurmat Singh. 19-year-old, he gave his life. So we gathered to remember that particular occasion which happened, and I'm proud to say, especially Wolverhampton City Council and the community, Guru Nanak Gurdwara, who have erected this beautiful monument to mark that special occasion. Before we come on, we got quite a few dignitaries who want to say a few words. I would like to ask Gurshan Singh to say a few words on behalf of Guru Nanak Gurdwara, who took this initiative.
I would like to all paying a warm welcome to coming to this monument from our local community, from our Gurdwara, Guru Nanak Gurdwara Wednesfield, and their local Sangat, their local congregation. मैं सबना दा आप दा धन्नवाद करदा हाँ इत्थों दे गुरुद्वारा साहब दी संगत वल्लों इत्थों दे प्रबंध वल्लों जो कि आप इकट्ठे हो के ये जो साका सारागढ़ी उस दी याद नूं मनाउण वास्ते इकट्ठे होए हो. Just would like to say a couple of words on behalf of the Khalsa Panth. When we're talking about Sikh nation, what is the part of Sikh nation in this celebration? The only bit from the Sikh nation side is because these 21, they stood for the Ardas. That's what connects us to our Sikhi roots. That's why we do Ardas in the Gurdwara as well. Otherwise, we can see sometimes armed forces, there can be some bias actions done by them against their own communities even. So I'll be upfront and open that anytime our Sikhs, if they do duty for goodness, for human rights, and within the law, then we abide them, we respect them as a Sikh nation, from the Sikh nation. And now we are together because those 21, they fought, they were serving the British flag. They were serving the British flag. And now we can see the Britishness is here too. So thank you very much indeed. We need the connectivity. And then I would like to spread this message and to all the enemies of Britain, in-house or from outside, always think about those jakare, about the slogans, Bole So Nihal, Sat Sri Akaal, that those slogans, they were quite famous and well known in South Asia, and then they were well known in Europe as well, in Second World War and First World War. So think about again twice to look any bad eye towards this country. ਫਿਰ again ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪ ਸਭ ਦਾ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ. ਫਿਰ ਇਹੋ ਮੈਂ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਰਦਾ ਕਿ ਐਜ਼ ਅ ਸਿੱਖ ਗੁਰਸਿੱਖ ਪਿਆਰੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵੀ ਮੁਲਕ 'ਚ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਨ, they are the defenders. Sikh are the defenders. So we are all together as a community. ਹੋਈਆਂ ਭੁੱਲਾਂ ਦੀ ਖਿਮਾ ਜੀ. ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਸਤਿਕਾਰਯੋਗ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਸਾਧੂ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਰਦਾ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਸਟੇਜ ਦਾ ਸੰਚਾਲਨ ਅੱਗੋਂ ਕਰਨਗੇ. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ.
Many thanks. And again, we're thankful on behalf of Council of Sikh Gurdwaras to all the community and Guru Nanak Gurdwara who took this initiative 3 years ago. We'll start the program because we don't know what's happening to the rain. We'll start with Deputy Lord Lieutenant to say a few words on this occasion.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, Madam Mayor, members of the Armed Forces. It is my great pleasure, on behalf of His Majesty's King's Lord Lieutenant, and humbly to be in front of you this morning. Service, unity, sacrifice. These are some of the core values of those who have placed on the uniform. Don't let anyone tell you that you have not done your part. Do not allow those who have not lied, cried, and fondly said goodbye, that you are not men and women of a special cause. 177 years ago, 21 Sikh soldiers, and we should not forget the one Muslim cook, woke up to a sea of enemies coming down on them. They did not get the order to retreat. Their role, their jobs, was to stand firm, to protect and to communicate the major field of battle that lied in front of them. They could have ran. Most of us, under pressure, under overwhelming enemy, may have turned and ran. But the values of the military is to stand and accept your orders. For we know that if we desert the battlefield, our loved ones back in their homes can be put to the sword. So we're not brave, we're not courageous, we are self-sacrificing for those under the one God, under the one roof. So as those in the crowd look at those in uniforms alongside and the veterans, please remember this. For their sacrifice, we stand firm today. So, with God's blessing, and for the children of the generation to come, the lessons and the value of those men and women in uniform, please take heed, for they are your front line to the defense and your civility and respect for society. Thank you.
So the next speaker is Madam Mayor, Councillor Linda Reach.
Ladies and gentlemen, members of the Wednesfield Gurdwara and the wider community of Wolverhampton, it is a great honour to stand here before you today as we gather to mark the Battle of Saragarhi, a momentous event that took place 127 years ago on September the 12th, 1897. The battle is not just a tale of courage, but a testament to the spirit of bravery, duty and sacrifice that resonates across generations. 21 soldiers of the 36th Sikh Regiment stood against overwhelming odds on that fatal day. They knew they faced an impossible fight, yet they chose to stand their ground, not because they were compelled to do so, but because they was bound by honour, loyalty and an unshakable sense of duty. Their bravery is etched in history as one of the greatest last stands ever recorded. Today, as we remember these brave souls, we are reminded of the values they upheld: courage, resilience and selfless service. As the Mayor of Wolverhampton, I am proud to be part of a community that honours such an important legacy. Our city thrives on the diversity and richness brought by all its residents, and the Sikh community plays a vital role in this tapestry. The spirit of Saragarhi lives on in the contributions you make every day to our society through acts of kindness, service and unwavering commitment to the greater good. In closing, let us all take a moment to reflect on the sacrifices made by the heroes of Saragarhi and to draw inspiration from their story. May we carry forward their legacy by embodying the values they stood for in their own lives and in our service to the community. God bless you all. Thank you.
I would like to ask the members of the committees to honor our guests. Deputy Lord Lieutenant and Mayor. Hanji, jo ji. The next speaker is Leader of the Council, Councillor Stephen Simkins.
Can I first of all thank distinguished guests, Deputy Lieutenant, Madam Mayor, our MPs, but more importantly the community of Wednesfield, the Sikh community of Wednesfield, but the wider community of Wednesfield. We will hear a lot today, and it's right and proper that we do remember the courage, the strength, the unity that the soldiers demonstrated on that day. I want to talk about the family of the military, which is the brotherhood and the sisterhood, which is an extension of all communities with regards to our society. It's important that we do learn the lessons. We do learn the lessons from the courage and commitment and unity those 21 soldiers showed each other. It reminds me of the great motto of Wolverhampton, out of darkness cometh light. We could learn a lot of lessons for the courage and commitment and unity that the soldiers give to preserve their communities. And it's important that we carry that on, remember that rightly. If we can take one lesson away from today, is that sense of family and community must never be broken. Thank you very much for inviting me here today. It's important that we commemorate and celebrate the courage that was demonstrated that day.
Now, the next speaker is Air Vice Marshal Munro.
Civic leaders, dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen, it is wonderful to be able to join you on this important and special day. Thank you very much indeed for inviting me. My name is Air Vice Marshal Ranald Munro. I'm Commandant General of the Royal Auxiliary Air Force and Director Reserves, the RAF's Senior Reservist. But I'm also the Defence Sikh Champion supporting the Defence Sikh Network. The Defence Sikh Network is a quad service organisation. That's the Army, Navy, RAF, and of course the Civil Service. The network has three aims: support and develop our people, support the chain of command with Sikh issues and policies, champion diversity and inclusion within the quad service and outside through community engagement. You might like to know that recently we stood up a Defence Sikh Network cricket club, which has had recent wins against various military teams and also had a good showing at the first ever National Sikh Games in the UK. Our people were a part of the opening ceremony, a memory that I'm sure will last. In terms of overseas visits, we visited the Golden Temple in Amritsar, Punjab. We've been to the Saragarhi fort in present-day Pakistan. And most recently, we've completed a battlefield tour in France and in Belgium. These visits keep our history alive and educate our network members on the sacrifice of Sikhs. A lot of good work is happening. A lot of work remains to be done. Constant engagement is required to ensure the Sikh voice is heard. Thank you for your support in supporting us. Thank you.
Next speaker is the Brigadier, Mr. John Kendall.
Hello, I'm Brigadier John Kendall. I'm the Deputy Commander Reserves of the Army's Warfighting Division. But perhaps more importantly today, I'm an ally to the Defence Sikh Network. It's a privilege, Deputy Lieutenant, Lord Sahota, Members of Parliament, honoured guests, to talk about this important battle. Saragarhi is important historically, it is important militarily, but it's also a story of people. As the enemy swept round, it was the job of Havildar Ishar Singh to lead. At a point where there is no hope of relief, ammunition supplies are dwindling, and the Afghan tribesmen are trying to set fire to the doors of the fort and rock its very foundations. He moved his soldiers around skillfully, he distributed ammunition, and he kept the vital job of communications going. Now, as you look to this statue, you will see a fantastic moment in this battle, a moment of true heroism. Because during the battle, the very stones of the fort are worked away to collapse the corner. And this is the moment where Havildar Ishar Singh leaps into the breach, buying time for the last of his soldiers to withdraw into the fort for the final battle. It's been a privilege to study this battle, and it's been a privilege amongst with some of the soldiers you see here today to go onto the battle site on the Samana Ridge. There is very little left of the fort, perhaps the faintest tracings of the outline. But when you go there, it is a special place. You can feel it. You can see how difficult the terrain is to defend. You can see the line of sight to Fort Lockhart that is still there. And at that point, we remember, with that atmosphere around you, the feeling of those men who fought there, the 21 Khalsa warriors who sacrificed themselves for courage, for duty, and selfless commitment. Thank you.
And the next speaker is the leader of Conservative Group, Councillor Wendy Dalton.
Thank you. It's an honour to be here today. I'd like to share with you some of my history. My grandfather fought in World War II in India. Not only did he bring back shrapnel in his body and medals, but he brought back with him stories of India and Sikh people. He taught us from the day that we were born how noble and brave Sikh soldiers and Sikh people were. He taught us of the flavours, the spice, the people. Battle is important, and this battle was truly important, but it's also important to recognise all the battles that have been won. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart and from my grandfather for the bravery and the noble deeds that you've done over the history, and will continue to work with us as we work together. So, deep respect. Thank you from my heart.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. My name is Serena Brackenridge, the new Member of Parliament for this wonderful constituency. But doesn't today just speak volumes and showcase the very much what we should be proud of? The important messages, the vibrancy, we say it loud and we say it proud. The brave 21 Sikh soldiers and a Muslim cook tell a reality, something that we very much hold to our heart and is an inspiration. Their story of one that is of courage, bravery and self-sacrifice that very much mirrors the values of the British Armed Forces and that of the Sikh values. It also reminds us of all those servicemen and women that serve for the British Armed Forces that come from nations across the world to fight for the British flag. I'm Wednesfield born and bred, and it was very important to me to raise the recognition of the magnificent Saragarhi Monument, its history and its inspiration, and also the excellent community work that we see in Wednesfield. No other than the Guru Nanak Gurdwara, who have formed really good relationships. In Wolverhampton, we are proud that we are a multicultural city. And at the heart of our community is the Sikh community. So I thank you for your Sikhi. I thank you for your dedication, your hard work, your humanity, and your inspiration. It is important that we bear this in mind with all that we do, especially when times are difficult. It's coming together where unity gives us strength. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. I don't want to say too much in addition to what has already been said this afternoon. We've had some wonderful contributions of today's very significant event. But what does Saragarhi tell us? It's a story about valor. It's a story about commitment, about dedication, about commitment to the cause. And it demonstrates the spirit of Sikhism. In the face of adversity, Sikhs remain in Chardi Kala. It didn't matter to the soldiers there that the odds were so against them. It didn't matter that there were only 21 of them and 10,000 of the enemies that they were facing. But it's a story of duty, the sense of duty, regardless of the situation, regardless of the odds against them. Their duty was to defend that post. Wolverhampton has such a diverse community, and the Sikh population here contributes so much to the city. And finally, what I would like to say is actually the contribution that Sikhs have made worldwide to Britain. We know about the Sikhs' history in their contribution in the world wars, and this is just another example. So finally, I want to thank everyone for attending today. I want to thank our guests. It's been a wonderful occasion. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
The next speaker is Lord Kuldeep Singh Sahota from Telford.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. First of all, I'd like to congratulate the Saragarhi Foundation and all those who are involved in this a great cause, a noble cause, and indeed, and I know so much about it, and I learned so much about Saragarhi, what happened all those years ago. So well done, and it's great to see Sikh soldiers, and I hope there won't be a long when we'll have a Sikh regiment in the British Army as well, standing on this. Thank you very much. And I did raise the question some months ago, and the minister said we are considering a freestanding Sikh regiment. My grandfather and his brother served in the First World War, and of course they did quite well. And also, I just want to be brief on I'm from a local authority. I served on the council for 20 odd years and so on. And every time on a Remembrance Sunday, it was always said that it was the British or the Commonwealth and so on. I think it's about time that every time on Remembrance Sunday, the Sikhs should also be mentioned, that their sacrifice and their commitment and their part in defeating the enemies. So this is all I wanted to say. There's a lot more I can say, but my aim and is that hope there will be a Sikh regiment in the coming year. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Sri Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
The next speaker is Chairman of Saragarhi Foundation, Dr. Gurinder Singh Joshan.
Very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Sat Sri Akaal, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Today we are here to commemorate the 127th anniversary of glorious epochal Battle of Saragarhi and tribute to the brave Sikhs who sacrificed their lives during the battle. 21 Sikh soldiers under the command of braveheart Havaldar Ishwar Singh Ji faced the 10,000 ferocious Aurangzai and Afridi tribal fighters in the Saragarhi post at Samana range. This is the part of today Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. World famous poet John Ruskin wrote about Saragarhi. O Saragarhi's rampart died, the bravest of the brave. Neath Saragarhi's ruined walls they found a fitting grave. For Saragarhi's bear the fame they gave their lives to save. ਅੱਜ ਤੋਂ ठीक 127 ਸਾਲ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਅੱਜ ਵੀ ਐਤਵਾਰ ਹੈ, ਉਸ ਦਿਨ ਵੀ ਐਤਵਾਰ ਸੀ। 12 ਸਤੰਬਰ 1897 ਨੂੰ ਸਵੇਰ ਦਾ ਦਿਨ ਚੜ੍ਹਿਆ। ਤਕਰੀਬਨ 25,000 ਦੇ ਕਰੀਬ ਔਰੰਗਜ਼ਈ ਤੇ ਅਫਰੀਦੀ ਪਠਾਨ ਦੋਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਸਾਰਾਗੜ੍ਹੀ ਚੌਂਕੀ ਵੱਲ ਮਾਰਚ ਕੀਤਾ। ਗੁਲ ਬਾਦਸ਼ਾਹ ਨੇ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਆਫਰ ਕੀਤੀ, ਹਵਲਦਾਰ ਈਸ਼ਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਨਹੀਂ, ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਡੀ ਕੋਈ ਲੜਾਈ ਨਹੀਂ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪੋਸਟ ਨੂੰ ਖਾਲੀ ਕਰਕੇ ਹਥਿਆਰ ਛੱਡ ਕੇ ਲੌਕਹਾਰਟ ਕਿਲੇ ਤੱਕ ਚੱਲ ਜਾਓ, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕੁਛ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਜਾਏਗਾ। ਪਰ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਸੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਕੋਲ ਸਿਰਫ 7-8 ਦੇ ਕਰੀਬ ਬੁਲਟ ਸੀ, ਗੋਲੀਆਂ ਸੀ, ਪਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਫਿਰ ਵੀ ਕਿਹਾ ਅਸੀਂ 21 ਹਾਂ, ਪਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਸ਼ੇਰ ਪੁੱਤਰ ਹੈ, ਅਸੀਂ ਕਦੀ ਵੀ ਰਣ ਤੱਤੇ ਮੈਦਾਨ 'ਚੋਂ ਦੌੜ ਕੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਗਏ। ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮਪਲ ਹਾਂਜੀ, ਸਾਡੀ ਪੁਰਾਣੀ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮਪਲ ਚਮਕੌਰ ਦੀ ਗੜੀ 'ਚ 40 ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਨੇ ਲੱਖਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਮੁਕਾਬਲਾ ਕਰ ਲਿੱਤਾ ਸੀ ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇ ਸਿਰ 10,000 ਜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਲਈ ਕੁਛ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੇ। ਸਵੇਰੇ 9 ਵਜੇ ਬੈਟਲ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋਈ, ਸਟ੍ਰੇਟ 7 ਘੰਟੇ ਸ਼ਾਮ 4 ਵਜੇ ਤੱਕ ਚੱਲੀ। ਅਖੀਰ ਤੇ ਗੋਲੀਆਂ ਖਤਮ ਹੋ ਗਈਆਂ। ਹੱਥੋਂ ਹੱਥੀ ਬੈਟਲ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬੈਨਟ ਕਿਰਚ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਉਹ ਬੰਦੂਕ ਦੇ ਅੱਗੇ ਲਾ ਕੇ ਅਖੀਰ ਤੱਕ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਨੇ 180 ਤੋਂ 200 ਪਠਾਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਾਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ, 400 ਨੂੰ ਫੱਟੜ ਕੀਤਾ। ਆਖਿਰ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਸ਼ਹੀਦ ਹੋਏ। ਤੇ ਬ੍ਰਿਗੇਡੀਅਰ ਦਾ ਪਹਿਲਾ ਇਹ ਸਟੈਚੂ ਹੈ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਕਿ ਹਵਲਦਾਰ ਈਸ਼ਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਲੱਗਾ ਹੈ ਸਟੈਚੂ। ਮੈਂ ਕਹਾਂਗਾ ਸੰਤੋਖ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਇੱਕ ਮਿੰਟ ਲਈ ਉੱਪਰ ਆ ਜਾਓ। ਹਵਲਦਾਰ ਈਸ਼ਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਚੌਥੀ ਜਨਰੇਸ਼ਨ, ਹਵਲਦਾਰ ਈਸ਼ਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਦੀ ਚੌਥੀ ਜਨਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਸਾਡੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੌਜੂਦ ਹਨ। ਇਹ ਸਿਰਫ 1 ਮਿੰਟ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਬਜ਼ੁਰਗਾਂ ਦਾ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਣਗੇ ਵੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਬਜ਼ੁਰਗਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਬਹਾਦਰੀ ਨਾਲ ਲੜੇ। ਅੱਜ ਵੀ ਉਹ ਪਿੰਡ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਘਰ 'ਚ ਹਵਲਦਾਰ ਈਸ਼ਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਪੈਦਾ ਹੋਏ ਸਨ, ਉੱਥੇ ਇਹ ਸਾਰੀ ਸੰਭਾਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ ਤੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਇੱਕ ਯਾਦਗਾਰ ਬਣੀ ਹੈ। ਸੰਤੋਖ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ 1 ਮਿੰਟ ਵਾਸਤੇ।
ਸਾਰਾਗੜ੍ਹੀ ਦੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਮਹਾਨ ਸ਼ਹੀਦਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਰਦਾ ਦੇ ਫੁੱਲ ਭੇਟ ਕਰਨ ਆਈ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗ ਫਤਿਹ ਅਰਜ ਕਰਦਾ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਮੈਂ ਪਿੰਡ ਝੋਲਡਾ, ਤਹਿਸੀਲ ਰੈਕੋਟ, ਜ਼ਿਲ੍ਹਾ ਲੁਧਿਆਣੇ ਤੋਂ ਹਾਂ। ਅਤੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਬਜ਼ੁਰਗ ਫਾਦਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਸਰਦਾਰ ਵਿਕਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਅਤੇ ਭਾਰਤੀ ਫੌਜ ਫੋਰ ਸਿੱਖ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਡੇ ਘਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਜੋ ਪੁਰਾਣਾ ਘਰ ਸੀਗਾ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਯਾਦਗਾਰੀ ਬਣਾਈ ਸੀ, ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਆਪਾਂ ਬੁੱਤ ਦੇ ਸਟੈਚੂ ਦੇ ਹਿਸਾਬ ਨਾਲ ਸਟੈਚੂ ਕਹਿ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਅਤੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਸਮਾਰਕ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ। ਸਮਾਰਕ ਬਣਾਇਆ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ ਅਤੇ ਉਸ ਸਾਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਹਰ ਸਾਲ ਉੱਥੇ 13 ਜਾਂ 15 ਤਰੀਕ ਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਕਰਾਉਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਜੋ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਭਾਰਤੀ ਫੌਜ ਵੀ ਹਿੱਸਾ ਲੈਂਦੀ ਆ, ਜਾਂ ਲੋਕਲ ਸਾਡੇ ਲੀਡਰ ਸਾਹਿਬਾਨ, ਜਾਂ ਲੋਕਲ ਸਾਡੀ ਪੰਚਾਇਤ ਹਰ ਸਾਲ ਬੜੇ ਉਦਮ ਨਾਲ ਬਣਾਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ। ਅਤੇ ਇਸ ਵਾਰ ਸਰਦਾਰ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਗੁਰਵਿੰਦਰ ਪਾਲ ਜੌਨਸਨ ਵੀਰ ਜੀ ਹੁਣਾਂ ਦਾ ਅਤੇ ਭੁਪਿੰਦਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਗਾਖਲ ਵੀਰ ਜੀ ਤੇ ਹਰਮੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਆਪਣੇ ਵੀਰ ਜੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਸਪੌਂਸ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਰੂਬਰੂ ਹੋਇਆ। ਇੰਨਾ ਸੋਹਣਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਮਨਾਉਂਦੇ ਦੇਖ ਕੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਆ ਵੀ ਜੋ ਸ਼ਹੀਦਾਂ ਸਿੰਘਾਂ ਨੇ ਕੁਰਬਾਨੀਆਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਅੱਜ ਵੀ ਯਾਦ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ। ਤਾਂ ਇਸ ਸਮੇਂ 'ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਕਰਦਾ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Simon Hamilton. Can you hear me? Sorry if it's a... Yeah. I'm Vice Chair of Hands on Wednesfield. And one thing that I must say that we must thank the Commonwealth Games Fund for the 2022 because Hands on Wednesfield was successful to get some funds for Wednesfield, and some of those funds was given to the Gurdwara today to help put on this event. And that is also part of the funding from the Westminster Combined Authority. That being said, as a resident of Wednesfield and a community activist for many, many years, I'm honoured and also privileged to stand here before you to be part of this original project some years ago and stand here today to help commemorate these 21 brave soldiers. Thank you very much for your service, and I want to thank everybody else that served for us today. Thank you very much.
Police Commander Fisher, he came and he had to go early. And on his behalf, I would like to ask Mr. Sharma to say a few words on behalf of Westmoreland Police.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Thank you for the very special occasion invitation. I'm very, very pleased to be asked to say a few words. I think the more important thing is that we should never forget the sacrifice by Havaldar Ishwar Singh and his regiment soldiers who sacrificed their lives, and they will be remembered not just today, but we should always remember them for what they've done. And more important here today is actually to see the diverse community that have gathered here today to come and commemorate this very, very special day. This is Wolverhampton. This is the unity of Wolverhampton. And to see people here from the multi-faith is to come and commemorate today goes a long way. And it's such an impression here to see the soldiers that are here today. And I'm sure that we should remember this very, very special day today. And we should carry on remembering these soldiers, what they've done in the history. So once again, on behalf of Westminster Police, thank you for the invitation. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Now I'd like to ask DSN to lay breath, please. Thank you. I would only like to say I'm proud of all you people who represent the Sikh community today. And from Australian Army, she came all the way from Australia. And I would like to, on behalf of Council of Sikh Gurdwaras and Wednesfield Gurdwara, like to thank everybody who has attended the event today, and hope that you have learned something about your ancestors who fought bravely, who did what they did, and we're celebrating, we're remembering them today. So thank you very much, everybody, all the politicians, Lord Mayor, Lady Mayor, and all the people who have come from far distance. Enjoy yourself. And also I'd like to thank all the Sikh media who have come all the way today to record this program. Thank you very much.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਆਪ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਅੱਜ ਆਪਣੇ ਪਿਆਰੇ ਅਕਾਲ ਚੈਨਲ ਨੂੰ, ਜੋ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰਾਗੜੀ ਦੇ ਸ਼ਹੀਦਾਂ ਦੀ ਯਾਦ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ ਵੈਂਸਫੀਲਡ ਵੈਸਟ ਮਿਡਲੈਂਡ, ਜੋ ਕਿ ਵੁਲਵਰਹੈਂਪਟਨ ਦਾ ਏਰੀਆ, ਉੱਥੇ ਇਹ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ। ਤੇ ਆਪ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਕਿ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਜੋ ਆਪਣੀ ਸਿੱਖ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਨੇ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਸ਼ਹੀਦਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਦੀ ਲਾਸਾਨੀ ਜੋ ਸੋਚ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਮੈਦਾਨ ਨਾ ਛੱਡਣ ਦੀ, ਤੇ ਉਸ ਸੱਚ 'ਤੇ ਜੋ ਪਹਿਰਾ ਦਿੱਤਾ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਕਦਰਾਂ ਕੀਮਤਾਂ ਦੇ ਤਾਂ ਕਰਕੇ ਸਿੱਖ ਕੌਮ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਯਾਦ ਕਰ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ। ਤੇ ਬਾਕੀ ਜਿਸ ਝੰਡੇ ਖਾਤਰ ਇਹ ਲੜੇ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਆਰਮੀ ਵਾਲੇ ਵੀ ਓਬਵੀਅਸਲੀ ਬ੍ਰਿਟਿਸ਼ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇੱਥੋਂ ਦੇ ਪੋਲੀਟੀਸ਼ੀਅਨਸ ਜਾਂ ਇੱਥੋਂ ਦੇ ਆਰਮੀ ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਮੈਂਬਰ ਨੇ, ਆਰਮੀ ਦੇ ਜੋ ਅਫੀਸਰ ਨੇ, ਉਹ ਪਹੁੰਚੇ ਨੇ, ਲੋਕਲ ਮੇਅਰ ਪਹੁੰਚੇ ਨੇ, ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਸ਼ਹੀਦਾਂ ਦੀ ਯਾਦ ਨੂੰ ਮਨਾਇਆ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ। ਤੇ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਦੇਖ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦਾ ਜੋ ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀ ਕਲਾ ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਯੋਧਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਮੱਲਾਂ ਮਾਰੀਆਂ ਹਨ, ਉਹ ਅਗਲੀਆਂ ਪੀੜ੍ਹੀਆਂ ਸਾਡੀਆਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਖੱਟਿਆ ਆਪਾਂ ਖਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ। ਤੇ ਇਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਹੀ ਰਲ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਇੱਕ ਸਿੱਖ ਨੇਸ਼ਨ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹ ਸੁਪਨਾ ਆਪਣਾ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਮਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੱਖੀਏ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਿੱਖ ਨੇਸ਼ਨ ਹਾਂ, ਨਾ ਕਿ ਛੋਟੀ ਜਿਹੀ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਬਹੁਤ ਦੂਰ ਤੱਕ ਸਿੱਖ ਇਸ ਵੇਲੇ ਫੈਲ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਹਨ। ਅਤੇ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦੀ ਮਹੱਤਤਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਾਰਾ ਵਰਲਡ, ਸਾਰਾ ਵਿਸ਼ਵ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਆ, ਉਹ ਆਹਿਸਤਾ ਆਹਿਸਤਾ ਜਾਣਦਾ ਹੀ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ। ਇਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਜੁੜੇ ਰਹਿਣਾ ਆਪਣੇ ਪਿਆਰੇ ਅਕਾਲ ਚੈਨਲ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ। ਤੇ ਹੋਈਆਂ ਭੁੱਲਾਂ ਦੀ ਖਿਮਾ ਜੀ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।